Hey guys, we are heading to our Craigslist find today. So we're going to be talking about Craigslist and how to use it in your eBay and Amazon. And we are getting ready to go to something that I had researched earlier. So here I am on Craigslist, and I went to Fort Myers, which is a town that's close to my island. And there's another town, Cape Coral, but Fort Myers is larger. So I tend to do a search for there, and then I click that I want it to be the surrounding areas. So I get more of the county that I'm in. And I forget about Craigslist a lot. I've had many good finds, and yet I kind of kick myself because I keep forgetting to get on here on a weekly basis and check it out. So I'm trying to be better about that this year and really utilize Craigslist. So I wanted to do this video because I want you to be able to do that too. Now, Hot Wheels is something that I always look for. You've seen my video, and the Hot Wheels new in the package, especially if they're vintage. So I'm going to narrow this search down a little bit into vintage Hot Wheels, and not a lot here. So I'll go ahead and exclude that and try again and see. You can sell the Matchbox, which I'll also do a search for because some people put Matchbox and some people put Hot Wheels, and just kind of see what I find. But these, like right here, I'm going to check. This is $500, and let's see how many there are. I like to pay about 50 cents a piece for this, and there's 700. So I would, maybe offer like 350 for that. And then I would look at these pictures more closely and find out what year they are. And just look them up by the name on Amazon and see how much I could get for the ones that I could see in the pictures, and then just assume that sample of what I would get for the whole lot. That way when I'm at the house, I'm not scanning in front of the guy trying to figure this out. Now here's some interesting ones. So, I would scroll through every single one of these. I'm just not going to do it with you today because that would probably be boring and slow, and just get a feeling for what it is. And then I would message him and see if he would be willing to take $350. So also just things that I would look for. As you sell longer, you start to look for certain things, things that you've had success with in the past. And so that's, kind of what I'm scrolling to find here. Here's a vintage Kennedy chest. I love vintage things. Nearby areas, so I'm gonna go ahead and click that so I can see. Okay, nothing there, so I'll go back. I'm gonna see if I get more with just Kennedy tool, deleting the chest keyword. And you can see how the keywords play such an important part, which we already know as resellers. And you can see also in your searches that that would, be good. This one right here called on the Kennedy to see how much he would be willing to take for this particular one. And he said $100, and it was new with keys still hanging on it, and it didn't have any flaws. So he said it was brand new. I asked him where he got it because that's also important to know the history of it. And he said that a friend had a closeout sale. So you always have to be skeptical when dealing, with people and Craigslist and stuff. So if he would take 100, what I did was I popped over to Amazon and did a quick search for the same drawer that he said. And I could see the low price here is $259. So if I could flip it, if I could buy it for 100 and then turn around and sell it for $259, that would be good. I think he has 3 left. So, one trip to see him can net really well. So let's just go see what we could net with that. We'll go to the FBA revenue calculator. And what we're going to do is go ahead and click on the one we're thinking about and just scroll down here. And we're going to get this ASIN number, copy, and then paste it into our FBA calculator. The item price on Amazon, I think it was $262, right? $259. Okay, so it's $259. And to ship it, I mean, I think I can ship all three for $30, so I'll say $10 each. And the cost to buy the product would be $100. And so I want to go ahead and calculate this out and see that the net profit would be $91.12. So, that would be good. If I could get three of them, that's almost $300. And that would definitely be worth my time to go and look at this. I'm running errands today anyway, so it's really probably just a 10-minute pop in and make sure that it is in fact like new, that there aren't any flaws. So he says that they're new and there aren't any flaws. And I also want to check out the authenticity of this one. So I am going to copy this little section and I'm going to do a Google search, because when I get there, I really kind of want to see, does it have the markings that it's supposed to have? Is it authentic? Make sure that I'm not going to run into any problems with this chest. I'm not finding a lot of pictures so far. I keep getting the same one. And I would really like to see, something with more pictures. People, this is why we always put as many pictures as we can, because people like to see what they're buying. I mean, I don't like it, being on the other side of it. I'm like, what? Why can't I see the back of it, the top of it? Here's one with the door shut, at least, and I can zoom. I was trying to see that little Kennedy mark up there. Just trying to memorize. Here we go. Thank you. What the drawers look like, what the knobs look like, what the latches look like, so that when I'm there, I can be familiar with the markings of this box and how it should have that Kennedy emblem in the top left. No super good pictures of it like I was hoping. Okay, this one's vintage, but it still would probably give us an indication because I can see the top better. Great. What? That doesn't help at all. All right, this is good. And it has the model number 520. This looks like it's on the inside lid. Yeah, there it is. It's on the inside lid. It's red. It's not the first time I've seen that. I've seen some yellow ones, but they're the same type of sticker. So I feel pretty confident that I would know that, it was a Kennedy or not. Okay, now I want to go to Amazon Seller Central. And I want to make sure there's no restrictions to this product. All right, so I'm in Amazon Seller Central. Okay, and I'm going to copy and paste the name, or I could have used the ASIN number. Make sure it's the same one, which it is, and I want to sell mine. This one's giving me a list price of $378. So let's see what's going on with the pricing differences that we're seeing here. Okay, it's the same one. Wow. Big difference there. Okay, no primes with the used. Okay, so let's go to the new. And let's see what we got going on here. Looks like let's just sort by prime because that's what we are as resellers. And here we are with the lowest prime. It's going against Amazon, which I don't like to do, but it doesn't scare me because I'm getting it so cheap. So I can come in a little lower than Amazon if I wanted to. So, you know, and that's the only one I'm going against. And that's for the 7-drawer. Okay, so that all looks good. I didn't see any restrictions with this brand name or type of merchandise. I would just go ahead and, you know, fill this out and list. For you eBayers out there in the audience, let's just go ahead and say we were doing this for eBay and, you know, do the same thing. So I'm going to go to eBay and I'm going to, you know, just go ahead and copy and paste again. And I can see that, you know, there's a bunch of different prices here too, but a lot of them are going for more than Amazon, depending on the age. So there's some older ones going for a little less. Let's go ahead and sort by new so we can see ones that are more like ours. And we can look at the prices. Now, you know, here's the thing, as resellers, we can be both. You know, I sell on both eBay and Amazon. And when, you know, I'm doing my online arbitrage, which is what we're doing, essentially, I mean, I guess a little bit of both because I'm looking online to find things, but I am having to go to a physical location to pick it up. And then I'm doing my research. So I can see which forum I want to put this item on because of the prices. You know, the prices are a lot better, $60 per, you know, tool chest better. I might choose, you know, to list this on eBay. If I have a big vacation coming up and I know I won't be around, then I might say, well, go ahead and pop it up on Amazon. So that's, you know, kind of how you do it and looking around at all this stuff.
$99 more thin, more dual, valid on cover price $1 more per square foot. Unique specialty items requirements may be price separately. Not valid in all markets.
Buying a brand new.
Oh, it's a nice day to have that today, right?
Yeah, look at my hair.
I know.
Yeah, sorry to keep changing the times like that.
Hey, it's okay, it's all right.
Things like coming up, and I was like, oh, this
Hi.
is
Hi.
cool. My
You
video
kidding?
game.
Yeah.
Here, I'll
Oh.
shut the door.
Like I told you, my good friend Z, his boss buys out clothes out in warehouse. You know, he both buys out stores, and he just has a warehouse full of stuff. But occasionally, when he comes across nice stuff, I'll occasionally sell it for him. And
That's
these
nice.
the Kennedys,
Yeah.
believe it or not, are extremely expensive. I don't know if you looked on Amazon or if you looked where they sell them. They're expensive. It's all, I mean, the amount, it's amazing the amount of money that these are. I was actually blown away myself. This is like this, and once that's locked, then you can't. Once that's locked, then you got this down. Like that, and you can't even open this anymore. And then you can still lock it. And then you can still lock the drawers. Now you can't even open it anymore.
Right.
And it's brand new. And this one here, I think on Amazon is about what, $287 or something like that. I think, Joe, did you have is that what the number was?
That's really nice.
That's about the cheapest you can buy this box for.
I'm trying to look at the date. Okay.
You just open the top. Now, this won't open now, but of course you can pop open to get keys. You know. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
There you go.
Appreciate that.
Um.
I don't want to make it here. I think I can do it.
You think so?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay.
All right, thanks, babe. Okay, so we are leaving our Craigslist house and got our goodies. We're on our way now. And I had Kaylee do our secret video footage. Hi, Kaylee.
Hi.
And I also had texted my son and gave him the address and told him I was going in then, and he was monitoring to make sure that I got out safely. I know that's kind of overkill, but you know, you just can't be too cautious, especially when I got little guys with me, and you know, just when you're a female, especially maybe by yourself with little ones. So we played it safe, we got our goodies, and we paid, and we're heading home. Craigslist, didn't really mean to go off on a tangent with the Kennedy, but you know, it was the videos about, yeah, you know, Craigslist. And with this, I just find so many good things, and you can just search through what you're interested in. Like I like antiques. I'm probably not going to be shipping anything that's, you know, too large, like furniture, you know, anything like that. So you can just kind of scroll through the categories. You can search for categories that, you know, is you have experience with. If you're selling, you know, just clothes, and that's your main thing, or books, and that's your main thing, you know, maybe you just come up here and you just click on books and you're just scrolling it. You can sort here by the newest, so you're not always looking, you know, through all of the other stuff. Maybe you want to look for lots and see if somebody's got like a ton of books, you know, that they're selling. You want lots of nonfiction. We don't want to deal with fiction books. I don't deal with fiction books, you know, and just see what you have. And this is how Craigslist works. And it's just, you know, good to remember it. There's just so much here. I get my banker's boxes that I sort all my, that I keep all my inventory in. I get them from Craigslist. You know, just it's been great in the past. So I'm kicking myself that I just don't stay with it. So I wanted to do this so that you can, you know, be checking out your local Craigslist and get some ideas. I've not had any personal problems at all with Craigslist. So, you know, I just use caution, I guess, when you're dealing with both the product, make sure it's authentic, and, you know, going to someone's house alone. I wouldn't suggest doing that. Bring a friend or something. All right, thanks.